The V-shape of this state-of-the-art light bar provides a wider warning range when entering busy intersections, making it much more effective than rival equipment. The light bar contains a microprocessor, enabling the user to program a variety of patterns and signals from a control pad inside the vehicle. The production process at Federal Signal can be broken down into 6 steps: production scheduling, daily planning, sub-assemblies and testing of these sub-assemblies, receipt and production of parts, final assembly and final testing, and lastly, packing and shipping. The first step, scheduling and ordering, involves a system known as planning or percentage bill of material. This is a system of averaging the quantity of parts needed to make not only the Vision light bars, but other equipment as well. Camille Ferre is a master scheduler at Federal Signal, and she develops the planning bill of material.
I am responsible for setting up percentage bills of materials for our large light bars. We schedule by a percentage bill of material for planning purposes, and it's easier to do it this way than to schedule each individual product all by itself. We have a variety, for example, of our V-bars, over 120 models, and it's easier to schedule one bill of material of all of these like components rather than try to schedule 120 products in hopes that this is the product you will be running that month.
Daily planning is the next logical step in the process. This is dictated by what customers buy. Most orders are filled on a first-come, first-served basis.
For products that we assemble to order, we determine a capacity for the work cell based on the current business conditions. And it's a first-come, first-served basis. That capacity is filled in the order that we receive the orders. If we see that we're promising a week and a half to 2 weeks out, then we will increase capacity. So we'll adjust capacity in accordance with the demand that we're seeing coming into the building.
The incoming parts arrive as either raw materials or, in some cases, hardware kits. The assembly of the Vision light bar requires a number of parts: nuts, bolts, cable and wire, molded plastic domes, an aluminum base, sheet stock aluminum to be cut, motors, bulbs, and the microprocessor. That process begins when the parts arrive at the receiving dock on the east side of the building. They are then moved to either a sub-assembly or final assembly work cell. There is no central storeroom. All components are stored conveniently in the work cell. Fabricated and sub-assembled parts are moved to the final assembly work cell. Completed lights are then moved to the shipping area, back at the east side of the building. Federal Signal used to produce their products with an assembly line process, but today they use cellular workstations. That change resulted in many substantial improvements in efficiency, productivity, and morale. The layout of the cells is flexible, as indicated by the wheels on the racks and tables. They're often called flexible work areas, as these areas are sectioned off with tape on the floor to enable easy reconfiguration. Also, manufacturing engineers have been moved from the front office out onto the plant floor for better access and communication with the production people. Inspection of incoming parts is done by using a lot skip process. This means that if one part or kit in the lot passes an inspection, the others bypass inspection, requiring only a spot check before being moved to the production floor. Once on the floor, inspection takes place in process by the workers. Some components, such as the circuit boards, are purchased from vendors who make them specifically and only for Federal Signal, based on Federal Signal's designs. The next step in the production process is sub-assembly. Several sub-assemblies are required in the assembly of the Vision light bar. The conductors are attached to the circuit boards. Sheet aluminum is cut, degreased and painted. Reflectors are riveted. Wire and cable is prepared. and the motors that run the reflectors are prepped for installation. Some of the components, such as the circuit boards, are tested at the sub-assembly stage. In-process quality control is evident here too. Each assembler does his or her own testing of the product and certifies it with their name or number. Federal Signal Company is successful for a number of reasons: innovative product design, durability and dependability, to name a few.